Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Life in the Left Hand Seat. I am your host, or your pilot, however you want to look at that, the Flying Moose, and we are going to get started here. I just closing a few. Whoops, hang on a second. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, just making sure things are set up here for the stream so we don't have serious problems. Okay, so it looks like we got two people watching. One of those may be me, as I'm monitoring this myself. So welcome aboard, and let's unpause that. And we are doing this as take two, so we'll see how this goes, and hopefully it's a little smoother than the first time around. I ended up muting the audio the first time around inadvertently on the mic, and I didn't realize it, and that was bad. So we'll try not to do that this time. Today we are going to be flying from San Jose, which is where we stopped at yesterday, and we're going to be going down to Las Vegas. So we're here in the 737. It is cold and dark. We're going to get some power on this guy right now, and then we'll get loaded up. We'll go over our flight plan, and we'll do all that together. So battery on. We're going to turn the APU on so we can get some real power after the battery kicks up. And while that is happening, I think what we're going to do is get our catering going here. So let's get that requested. And APU is now coming online. We'll be hot in just a moment here. I'm waiting for that little source light to light up. There we go. Alright, power on the aircraft. And our bleed is on. We're going to go ahead and turn our pitos on, and we'll turn our window heats to get those going. I'm going to make sure we've got at least one fuel pump on for the APU. And we're also going to fire up our INSs. While we're doing that, we're going to go down here to our FS Actions, and we're going to check out a few things. First of all, our payload today we got from our virtual airline, which is going to be a total of 135 passengers, which means we're not loaded up correctly, so we need to do that. So we're going to put 10 in first class and 125 in steerage, as I like to call it. Be quiet. And cargo, we are taking... I've got to look at the cargo figures again. So, is our catering here yet? No. So we're still waiting on the catering. While we're doing that, let me pull up my cargo figures, which is somewhere. In a moment. They did call for catering, right? I feel like they should have been here by now. Waiting for other services to complete. Oh, crap. Fuel trucks in position. Okay, I don't care. Oh, hey. Are you waiting for something in particular? I understand the fuel truck's in position. What do I do about it? Do you move? Hmm. That didn't seem to do it either. Alright, well, there's an easy solution for that. We'll just reset the position. Alright, request catering service. Swissport. Okay. There's more than one way to skin a cat. Alright, well, while that has happened, that gave me a chance to load up my dispatch here, and this will tell me in a moment what my cargo is supposed to be. Yes, and done. Go. Dispatch. Details. There we go. Cargo is 7273. So, that means 7273 divided by 2 is 3636.5, but I don't care about the 0.5. So, 3636. Nope. Nice try, but no. 3636 to you. 3636 to you. Okay. That gives us our total cargo. And a zero fuel weight of 122.2, which is close to what I estimated. That's good enough for me. Is our catering still not here? Okay, fine. I really hope they're now on their way. Catering vehicles are on their way. Hey! Okay. Well, that's positive. Okay. Oh, I hear him now. Hey, there he is. So once they're in position, we'll open the doors for them. Meantime, I'm going to turn my dome light on. Not that it's really needed. And let's see, what else do we need to do here? We need to set fuel. Actually, let's get him catering and then we'll deal with fuel, because I want to go over that with you guys. Alright. Yeah, they're going to want doors open. So we will open, we need to open that door anyway. We'll open those doors. And down. Open these doors. I will not open the equipment hatch. If it opens this time, it wasn't me. I'm willing to take responsibility for before, but not twice in a row. Okay, so we've got that going, so let's go over and take a look at... And to do that, we're going to do that. Alright, so you guys should be seeing the sim brief page here. We're West Wind today, flight 898, 737, originating from San Jose to Las Vegas. Our alternate is going to be Ontario. Cruise altitude is going to be 370. We're takeoff. Well, we were supposed to take off around 2 UTC, which is currently 7:30, which means it's 2:33 UTC. So we're a little late, and that's okay. Airtime is going to be about an hour in flight. Block fuel, 15,185 is what we're taking, so that's the number we needed. We estimated a zero fuel weight of 118. It's going to be 122. That's close enough for government work, so about 3,000 pounds off. And here's our flight plan. We're going to take the Techie 3 departure out of San Jose to Techie to Intel, which is right over by Fresno, which is where I live. The Q162 airway to ESA, direct to Beatty VOR, and then the Fuzzy 7 arrival. And if we scroll down here, here's a map of that. So that's our route today at 370. Alright, so the important thing we needed was our flight level and our block fuel right now, which is 15,185. So we're going to go back. I'm actually going to close this now because I will interact with this on the what do you call it? On the tablet now. So we don't need to see that again. And we're going to full screen this for my benefit because it'll make my sim run better. And let's go in and put our fuel on here. So we got our payload. Fuel is 15,185. 15,185. Right there. 184. Okay, whatever. Close enough. So about, what are we at here? Fuel-wise, 33%? Yeah, nice. Okie dokie dokie. Alright, let's get our FMC aligned. I need to remember to update the nav data, but that's for another time. Let's see, position init, and we're going to go down, take GPS coordinates, go back up, GPS insert, we're at KSJC. Voila. Alright, I think the catering... Are they done? I think they're done. So let's go ahead and close the doors, that way we can start boarding the aircraft. Back to menu, FS actions, doors, close, close. Let's see if that does the trick. Yep, alright. Catering's going to back off and we will start boarding momentarily. While that is happening, let's go ahead and load as a flight plan. So we're going to go back to initial menu, init route is K. Oh, it's already in there. Forget it does that, and I just screwed it up. KSJC to KLAS. Flight number is WWA 898. Alrighty. And departure, that's econ, that's not what I want. That's what I want. In fact, I should be doing this so I can see it. Departure is the Techie 3, runway 30 left, and now we need to put in our waypoints, which of course I didn't have SimBrief loaded up here, so we'll do that right now. Stop that. Where'd you go? SimBrief. It was just there. That's lame. SimBrief. I can do it from memory. I kind of have it mostly memorized. I believe the next one is Techie, and then it's Intel. NTELL. And then it's Q1 something, and I'm not gonna get that number right, so we're not gonna risk that. So log this in here and dispatch. I want my flights. No, my briefing, that's what I want. Shoot. Wrong one. My briefing. There we go. Q162. Q162. And that is to ESA, ESSAA. ESSAA. And then from there, is it to Beatty? Yeah, BTY. BTY. And then it's the fuzzy. Fuzzy time. Arrival. Fuzzy 7. Beatty transition. And we're going to be coming in on the 19, so we're going to say probably 19 right would be my guess. There's no ILS rolling on that, really. Interesting. Alright, not that I care. And that's where I need to look at my map to see what's best here. So let's do that. Let's pull up the charts for Vegas. I'm going to get this right this time so we don't screw it up in the FMC like we did last time. Load, please. One of these days I'll get good enough with the stream to be able to show you all of this while I'm doing this, but today is not that day. We are not that advanced yet. I will get there, but I'm not there yet. KLAS. Karen. It's got to download it, so do that real quick. Basically what this is asking for is from the star to the actual approach, there is a transition point. And so from the fuzzy transition, from the route, the transition to the star is Beatty, which is our last fix. From the star into the approach for the specific runway, there's another point, and so we need to find out what that is. And what we don't want to do is we don't want it to duplicate the flight plan like it did for us in San Jose, and we don't want to have to go off in some weird direction to intercept the route when we're already lined up for it because of the star. You can't tell that by looking at this screen that we're all looking at right now, and so we're going to fix that by looking at the chart because we have access to it. And why on earth is it taking so long to download? Probably because I'm streaming and using all the bandwidth. That could be. What a novel concept. Okay, well, while this is happening, I just realized we could be boarding, so let's do that. Request boarding is 4. Oh yes, annoying people coming in.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard.
Hello. Hi, Juanita.
Juanita's not here.
Hi, Juanita.
See, I'm convinced he's got to be saying hi, how are you, or something, but it really doesn't sound like it. I don't know what accent that is that produces that thing, but whatever. Nothing else sounds unintelligible, it's just that one. Okay, now finally. So let's look at our star. Let's look at the fuzzy star. Where's the fuzzy star? Fuzzy 7, there we go. Alright, so where's the fuzzy part of it? Okay. And it comes in and basically ends at Boulder City VOR, according to this. Which way is north? I don't know. That's okay, north is up. Alright. Alright, so that ends at Boulder, so let's see where the RNAV stuff is for 19 right. Should be this. And what do we got? We got Lapin is over there. Suvi is up there. And what's the other? Oh, the Las Vegas itself. Oh, we're not going to do that. So actually Lapin looks like we should be good with that one. So let's choose the Lapin one right there. And we'll go back to the route. So there we go, to Boulder, that's good. And we'll activate. And now what we can do, we can check this, and that's actually what we really should have done. We were too busy focusing on live streaming, so we didn't. But we're going to switch this over to something. Plan, that's what I want, right there. So now what it's going to do is it's going to step through this as I go.
Good morning. Thank you.
I think. Gotta see how it now.
Hi,
I think
Juanita.
it's legs that does that. My cow. Oh yeah, okay. What's happening there? Boulder to. Oh, okay. So we want that to there. Execute. There we go. Actually, that looks quite nice. So let's zoom out a bit. Yeah, so now we can see our route coming into Las Vegas does this business and comes around to the runway. We don't have any competing fixes or anything like that. It's all nice and good. So we will do that. Alright, so hopefully we won't have any VNAV issues then with that either. So zero fuel weight should be the 122. Good. Reserves. We have 10% reserves. Cost index is going to be 80. And our flight level today is 370. And our cruise winds. Oh, I have that. I don't care. We're short flight. It doesn't matter. We'll deal with that another time. I know where it is and I know how to get it, but I'm not going to worry about it. We're going to use... we're pretty light because we don't have a lot of fuel. So I'm going to derate at least one. We'll do derate one, climb one. Oh, you've got a lovely bunch of coconuts, huh? No coconut's as big as a moose. Nice try, but no coconut is as big as a moose. Okay. And takeoff page. We're going to do flaps 5 departure. And our CG gives us a 4.39 trim. And our V speeds are as follows. Unable 203 knots at St. Clair. Okay. What? What are we talking about? Oh. At 1 point... Really? That's 1.1 nautical miles away? Let's go actually look at that. See what it's talking about. Oh. Oh yeah, there's no way... Well, why would we ever be at 230 knots right there? That's insane. Let's... Yeah, that's insane. I don't care. We'll just let... We're going to be hand flying at that point anyway, so it really doesn't matter. I'm not going to be that worried. Okay. We're going to go back to that. So that's loaded up. We're loaded up because I heard that ding off. So let's get our clearance. Hello, Blue Crayon 007. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you. We should probably respond to that.
Las Vegas Airport as filed. Flight runway heading, climate maintained, altitude 11,000. Departure on 134.5. 16761. Let's land 8, 9, or 8, correct? Contact ground on 121.7.
Alright, over to ground. Let's go ahead and close our doors and get ready for pushback, and we'll finalize our checklist while they're doing that. So, let's go over to menu, FS actions, doors, close the door, and we'll close the cargo doors. And we need to kill that actually. Stop trying to execute. Blue Crayon, this is FSX. I think it may be possible, now that you mention that, the stream maybe says Microsoft Flight. And you know what? It does, and that is wrong. It should say Microsoft Flight Simulator X. That's not going to help. So, yeah, you were correct. It is not Microsoft Flight. I'm going to fix that right now, because that's stupid, and I don't know how that got changed. So, in a few seconds, that should update and be correct. This is Microsoft Flight Simulator X. It is not Steam, although it is essentially the same thing as Steam. I have Steam, it's just most of my add-ons work better for this, and so it really doesn't matter. So if you have Steam or you're looking at getting Steam Edition, that's what this looks like. I double-checked the doors. They're all closed. I don't have any door warnings here, so we should not have that problem this time. But thank you, David. Alright. Pair of pushback. Nose to the right. Yeah. Do you want to? No. Alright, so he's going to do that. We're going to move the jetway, so it's out of the way. And while that's happening, we're going to do the checklist here real quick and just run down. First of all, let's make sure these guys are all working. Yes, good. Can I start that now?
Hello, Captain.
So, yes.
You're ready for pushback.
You're not, because you're not hooked up yet. But thank you for lying to me. We'll turn our fuel pumps on because we're going to start the engines momentarily. We're going to arm the doors. We're going to turn the seatbelt signs to on. There's not a big difference between Steam and non-Steam. They optimize some things, so it runs a little cleaner. But essentially it's the same game. The only reason I use this versus the other one is because
Departure check completed.
There's some recording software stuff that doesn't work with the new stuff they did with Steam, and so it worked better for me. So essentially, the other one is optimized a little better for under the hood. That's the difference. And it's kind of hard to find FSX, boxed edition anymore. So your kind of only option is Steam, and you can get it for a lot cheaper. Probably you can get it the FSX original because a lot of times it goes on sale for like $9-10 on Steam, depending on when you find it. So, and then Dovetail just released recently their new flight simulator. So we're kind of going to wait and see and seeing how that is. I'm going to be going to Flight Sim Con here next weekend, and hopefully we'll see how that looks and be able to try that out. But good question. All right, let's see what else isn't on yet. That needs to come on. This needs to go to 37,000 feet so we don't end up with a Greek aircraft situation. Logo on, anti-collision's on, and we are ready to start. We're going to do ignition on the right today, and we're going to fire up engine 2. Engine 2 is firing. Good, okay. Once this reaches 20%, we'll go ahead and add fuel. And light up. I'll let that spin up here. Oh, I don't think I did. Let's do that.
West wind 898 with information. Juliet, request taxi IFR. West wind 898, taxi holding point runway 30 right via taxiway Zulu Foxtrot Yankee Alpha 1. Contact tower on 124.0 when ready.
I'm all set for 30 left, so I want that.
San Jose ground, west wind 898 with preferred runway 30 left.
Well, it's possible, but I don't think so. I didn't notice the stream hiccup. Alright, we'll go ahead and start engine 1.
Set parking runway 30 left in taxiway Zulu Foxtrot Yankee Alpha 1, west wind 898.
Fuel on for 1.
Unlocking gear. Tow truck disconnected. Fly nuts may removed.
Well, David's here in California with me. Blue Crayon, where are you from? And while I see you just asked something else, so have you flown? I do not have an A380 for Flight Sim. There's not a lot of good Airbus aircraft for Flight Sim that I mean, there are freeware versions, and I've seen other people fly them, but I am not. I'm more into the study sim stuff, which there is no good study level type sim or even really good modeled sim that I found for A380, and I'm more of a Boeing person myself, so no, doesn't mean there's not versions or things available out there, but I have not done it. I do have an Aerosoft Airbus that's a little bit older, and there's some throttle issues that I've got to work out with that, but and I will fly that at some point here, but right now 737 for the time being. Alright, we got to set flaps 5. And we need to set our trim to 4.39. It's probably somewhere in there. Close enough. Alright, we still got a... Oops. No. What's the... Oh, air conditioning. Yeah, that would be good to set. Go that to auto. We'll take that off. Okay, lights are set, seatbelt signs are on, dome light can come off. And I think we're good to go. Alright, release the parking brake, and we're heading out. Sayonara, San Jose. Georgia, okay, well you're on the other side of the country from me. So let's see, it's 7:54 here now, so about almost 11 o'clock over there. Alright, we'll set auto brake to RTO. And we're going to set our speed control actually to, in a second we'll get a little bit of a boost of speed here. V1 is 144, so we're going to set 154 in the speed. All of our runway lights came on. Well, Blue Crayon, I hope you enjoy this. Hopefully some other people will join us, but if you like what you see, I encourage you to leave me a like and hopefully subscribe. If you don't, that's okay too, but I would appreciate it.
Eagle Flight Rate 131, hold position, caution the Boeing 737 on short final. Hold position, Eagle Flight Rate 131.
Looks like Southwest just landed. Yep. That's a bit much. Let's not do that yet. We'll do that though. Okay, so you're a little closer than I thought. Oh, well, thank you that you subbed a long time ago. I appreciate that, Blue Crown. I'm going to, well, I'm flying to Vegas virtually, and I hear it's pretty hot, so it's starting to warm up here in Fresno, but nothing like Vegas, I'm sure.
Eagle Flight Rate 131, continue taxi. Roger, Eagle Flight Rate 131.
David, I'm not sure what you mean, did you just answer for me? You asked a question, and I thought I answered it. You don't get to ask the questions and answer them at the same time. Just saying.
And Alpha 5 via taxiway Hotel Philip, Southwest Line 084.
Our flight director on. And oh shoot, I forgot to check and see where's the toga switch at. It was down on one of these. I thought it was here, but it's not. Oh, there it is. Ah, okay. Change the thumbnail. Oh well. Seattle to Maui, huh? That would be a long stream. I will do long haul streams eventually. I want to make sure I kind of get this down first, because if I'm going to be streaming for 6 hours straight, I want to make sure it's running right. So this is only my second time live streaming, but thank you for the suggestion. We will probably do a Hawaii one at some point, and I think think I need to go up here. I've actually never flown into Maui on flights. I've flown into Honolulu, and that would be cool to do a different of the Hawaiian Islands than I'm used to. I have done quite a bit of ops in and out of Seattle, so that's nothing new, but Maui would be a cool idea. This here is 30 right, I believe. I think. Yes. So the rule in aviation is you're allowed to cross the runway that they give you to get to the runway you are going to, provided they didn't tell you to hold short in the meantime, which they did not, so I'm going to continue across. And let's go ahead and get on to San Jose Tower. So we are ready to go. So you're on vacation in Vegas now, and then you get to go to vacation in Maui in 2 weeks. Man, I want your life. Alright, we'll hold short.
Hold short, runway 30 left, with wind 800 feet.
Oh, there he is. I see it very faintly right there in the distance. Alright, well, we'll take this opportunity while we're holding short to do a final takeoff check here. Our lights are on with the exception of landing lights. We'll turn those on in a moment. And then, let's see. Everything else is good to go. It's actually kind of dark now, so let's go ahead and flip that on. That on. And I think we're ready to go. Yes. Oh wow, so you gotta kinda go backward to go forward to Maui. That's always fun how that works. But if you're flying Delta, you gotta go through the hub, so that makes sense. So San Jose has a very long displaced threshold, so his landing point is way over there, even though we get to start from back here. The displaced threshold, you can taxi and take off on it, but you cannot land on it. Them's the rules. So just wait for Tower to give us a clearance any moment now. Any moment now. Actually, at this point, let's do this, since we're going to use Toga this time. We got some more people watching the stream, it looks like, so welcome. Hope you enjoy. We're just about to take off, so good timing. You'll have to excuse my friend David, who knows nothing about airport ICAO codes. I believe he's referring to Kona. Although it looks like he's trying to...
Clear for takeoff, runway 30 left, with wind 800 feet. Overview 121.7, continental 421, thanks, bye.
We got a takeoff clearance. Let's kick our landing lights on. Alright, here we go. Takeoff power set. I have flown a plane in real life, but get our V call outs. I wonder why. Gear up. So I'm gonna take a pause from the chat for a moment. So if you guys ask me something, it'll be a little bit while I get in the air here and What you do on that?
Norfolk departure with wind 800 feet to 2,300, climbing altitude 11,000. H2, Mike Foxtrot, turn left heading 250, westwind 800 feet, SoCal departure, roger, altimeter 2995. Westwind 800 feet, turn right heading 110, Sierra course, climbing maintained altitude 11,000. H2, Mike Foxtrot, turn left heading 220. Turn right heading 110, proceed on course, climate maintained altitude 11,000. With wind 800 feet. Westwind 800 feet. Traffic is 1 knot, 2 miles and 1,800. Boeing 737, appointed site. Southwest 23826.
Wow, the weather's beautiful out here today. Man, makes for a nice sunset departure.
Northwest heading 271. Southwest 23826. Turn left heading
That's traffic behind us,
2 Mike Foxtrot.
I think.
Westwind 800 feet. Traffic left. 3 o'clock, left 1 mile, 1,500. Boeing 737, appointed site.
I do not see him on here.
Southwest 23826. Traffic 2,600. Southwest 23826. Westwind 800 feet. Contact SoCal departure on 134.5. Over to 134.5. With wind 800 feet max 55. Southwest 23826. 10,900. Southwest 23826.
Well, David, the company was half great. You and me were fine. It was the other two we were with. Oh, relax.
Southwest 23826, airport 12 miles, 51 o'clock, turn right heading. Southwest 2 with wind 800 feet, is climbing 13,900, with altitude 11,000. West wind 800 feet, local wind control, roger, altimeter 2996. United 975, you are 50 miles east, turn right heading 245, descend altitude 15,000, expect vector ILS, runway 28, right approach.
Past 10,000 feet. We'll go ahead and turn the landing lights off. Not sure why VNAV's not working for me, but we'll figure that out in a second. So yes, so I have flown in real life, like I said, and I agree. I'm fine with going to multiple airports. It means more time on the plane, unless it's like in the middle seat. Then the joy of flying goes right out the window. Whoa, hello, bouncy, bouncy.
Southwest 3486, 568, flight level 330.
looks like we have some more people watching the stream. Welcome aboard, guys. Hope you enjoy the flight. If you like what you're seeing here, give me a like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. And feel free to hit me up on chat. We're now on autopilot, so I'll have some more time to chat. And absolutely, window for the win. Absolutely. I don't understand. I mean, I can sympathize with the aisle sitters in the legroom category. I'm pretty tall, but the window and the aisle are pretty much identical as far as legroom for me and seating. And window gives me a view, so window all the way, definitely. What's going on here? Oh, because we're not VNAVing. That's fine. Do this manually. Why isn't VNAV working? I'm not understanding this. What's needing to be executed? Oh, that sucks. I can kind of sympathize with you. We went back east for a trip back when I was just out of high school. We just graduated. We were going back to go to Washington D.C. and New York, and we flew from San Jose, where we just took off from, to St. Louis and then to Baltimore. And on the trip to St. Louis, we were in the MD-83. It was TWA still, and we got the very last row. And so the window literally looked out into the engine. The engine covered the entire window. You had to kind of look straight down to be able to see a little sliver out the window. It was a sucky seat. And it was noisy as all get out because you were right by the engine. So that wasn't that great. But after that we had seats available to the window. But that leg was pretty sucky. Those of you who have joined us recently, we just took off from San Jose in California, and we're headed to Las Vegas. And we're currently at 20,000 feet and climbing up to our flight level of 370. We've been given clearance to 230 and waiting for further clearance up. Switch over to standard. Go ahead and turn our seatbelt sign off and start the refreshments in the back. Yeah, that sucks. You get the rare panel, no window section. That's pretty crappy. A friend of mine and myself flew from Jacksonville back to Fresno recently, at the beginning of the NFL season, and we got stuck in Dallas because we missed our flight because of a mechanical issue. And the flight that we were supposed to be on, I had a window seat. The flight we ended up on, because it was full, ended up stuck in the middle seat. And boy, was that just atrocious. Up to flight level 310. I don't know why they do that. I'm sure it has something to do with, it was probably originally designed to have like a galley there or something, and they reconfigured the plane. And because the airlines can do that, they can reconfigure the seats and where the galleys are and whatever, or where bathrooms are. And it was probably meant to have a galley at one point or something, and they took it out and squeeze the next row of seats. That actually could be the other thing too. They'll often limit your leg room than what the airlines intended, And what that results in is the seats being offset from the windows, and every so many rows you're going to get a seat that lines up with a wall because the seats are like that. So it ends up being the airlines being greedy, trying to squeeze every last dime out of the passengers and squeezing our legroom together, which makes it really fun for people like me that have long legs. I love flight, but I do not like the legroom. But I work at a church, so I can't afford first class or the premium economy. Ooh, sunset. So pretty. Look at that. How beautiful is that? Money shot. So this is Westwind, the virtual airline I fly for, and this is the 20-year anniversary livery that we're flying today on the 7-3. And this looks like, oh, that's San Luis Reservoir, if you know anything about California geography. And heading out over the valley toward Fresno, which I think is that right there, which is where I live. Second coupling. Yeah, Southwest is a budget airline, so they're going to try and squeeze every dime out of you. They do have little perks here and there for, you know, bags fly free and stuff like that, but to do that, they're cutting a lot of costs elsewhere, and that's probably one of the ways they do it, is try and cram more people in the plane. Really makes it feel more like steerage as opposed to economy, as they would call it. Oh, that was me. David, are you making a reference to something? Because if you are, I'm not sure what it is. Guys, if you're watching the stream and you haven't been chatting, I encourage you to join us in chat. We're having a good time, just talking with each other, and we'd like to know who's here and who's with us. Come say hello. The biggest plane I have flown on is the 777 to the reservoir. The 777. We flew back in February, actually, just recently. A group of us flew on El Al 777 to Israel out of LAX. And also on that flight I got stuck in the middle seat on the way there, and boy, you have not been in a middle seat until you've been on a 14-hour flight in the middle seat. So, oof. What about you? What's the biggest plane you've ever been on? Electric Ice, how's it going? Hey, you tried to join us, I think, at the end of the last stream yesterday. I just missed it, and I tried to talk to you, and I realized my mic was on mute. So sorry about that. But welcome to the stream. It's going well. Although it looks like we're having some buffering fun because the video just got real fuzzy. So that's fun. David, I still don't understand what the reference you're making with regard to the reservoir is. Or if it has something to do, or if it is even connected to the thing as I've flown in years. Yeah, I thought so. Right during shutdown there, yeah, that's too bad. Well, this time at least you get to see the landing if you stick with us. We're going to Vegas. We're just about to get to our cruising altitude here. We're en route to Intel, which is basically right over Fresno, California. So we're just about to go over the Sierras and then down into Vegas. So thanks for joining us. Got some more people, looks like, joining us now. Welcome to the stream. please leave a like and subscribe if you wouldn't mind. Unless, of course, you've already subscribed, in which case I do thank you. And Blue Crayon 747, that is my favorite aircraft in the world. I've never actually been on it, and I really wish I'd ever been able to have a chance to. It's looking less and less likely as fleets retire them and they go more cargo. But there's nothing cooler in the world to me than the 747. So props to you for getting to fly that thing. And Electric Ice, 737 for you, huh? That was the biggest I'd ever been on, really, until the El Al trip to Israel recently. So, actually, no, that's not true. I lied. When we went to Hawaii, we flew on a 767 there and a 757 back. So, 767 was the biggest I'd been on up until Israel. So Electric Ice, where are you from? Blue Crayon is from Georgia, but he's currently in Vegas in real life on vacation and going to Maui. Tolliday and I are both from Fresno because we actually are roommates. He's in the other room watching this. What part of the country or what country are you from if you're from outside the great United States? I don't think I mentioned anything about being full or not. I don't recall saying that actually, but okay. Texas, all right. Texas is big. What part of Texas? Ian Rivers, welcome to the stream. Flying a 777 to Ghana, West Africa this summer. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's fine. Just the Department of Redundancy Department, that's all. Corpus Christi. Oh, nice. That looks like a nice area. Right on the Gulf there. That's cool. Ian Rivers, where are you from? Okay, San Antonio. Is San Antonio the Alamo? I'm trying to remember my history and my geography all at the same time. 77's nice. It's I mean, it's basically a 737 that's stretched. It's the same fuselage. So if you've been on a 737, you'll just be on a long version, a very, very long version. And a taller version. That's landing gear makes it very high. Syracuse, New York. Well, welcome, welcome. Ooh, sunset is beautiful tonight. Even if it is fake, that's not bad for being fake. Oh, I was right. The Alamos in San Antonio. Wonderful. Why can't you fly your PMDG 737? Because you don't know how, or because it's broken? Oh, gosh. Okay. Sorry, I keep thinking VNAV is on, and we are going super slow. It'll be all night before we get there. We'll run out of fuel if we're not careful. Alright, I'm wondering why this is taking so long. Mach 0.62. Good grief. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. The having a laptop only is difficult. You gotta Flight Sim really is more designed for desktop gaming, unless you got a really powerful laptop. I do know people that game on the laptop, but with regards to Flight Sim, but I've never considered it something that I'd want to do. But that stinks. Yeah, that sucks. That's really the downside of Flight Sim in general. Is it's such a hog in power, and it's more CPU oriented. So you can have a rip-roaring graphics card, and it still doesn't necessarily help you too much. And it's 32-bit still, so we're hoping now Dovetail released their new flight simulator. We're hoping that that's a better platform, or Prepared just came out, version 4 is now 64-bit, so I don't know what they were able to, they must have found some way to tweak enough under the hood to do something, so. Yeah, I'll bet, yeah. Smaller aircraft, well, Flight Sim in general runs great for smaller aircraft, the general aviation stuff. It's the complex airliners that have trouble. Blue Crayon, do a setup tour. What do you mean by that? Can you elaborate? We got traffic cutting in front of us here. I do not see... Oh, that would help. No wonder I don't see traffic. There he is. He's below us, so he's fine. No factor. No factor. We're going to fly over his contrail here, or if you're one of those conspiracy people, the chemtrail, which, strictly speaking, it is, because water is a chemical. But don't get me started. Yeah, paid aircraft is paying out. Yeah, well done. I already see him. I don't know why our VNAV's not working. I should figure this out. This is annoying. Oh, I see. Like, yeah, hardware and computer specs and stuff like that. Yeah, well, and I don't have a webcam right now, so when I do that, I will probably go through. I can tell you right now, I'm using yokes and throttles and rudder pedals. They're all by CH Products, so it's CH Products yoke, the CH Products throttle quadrant, and the CH Products pedals. The computer is custom built by me because I want what I want. It is a 6-core AMD 3.3 gigahertz overclocked to 3.9 gigahertz, I believe. It's got a NVIDIA GTX 970 4 gig card in it, terabyte hard drive, and a 500 gig solid state. It's 8 gigs of RAM. And that I need to get more of. Not that it would really help me with Flight Sim at the moment because it's only 32-bit, but it would help in other things. And RAM is pretty cheap. And so that's my setup. I also have a Thrustmaster joystick, which I use if I'm going to fly the Airbus, because it's just more realistic to fly the Airbus with a joystick because that's what they fly with. They don't have yokes unless you're talking about the Airbus 300, which is the old school Airbus. But nobody flies that. Yes, on to VNAV questions. Okay, let's see if I can figure this out. What are you executing? Using reserve fuel. I hope not. Seriously? I don't think so. I've got 10 total, 10% of... Yeah, there's no way it's reserve fuel. Hey, that fixed my VNAV. Alright, good. I don't know what it wanted me to execute. That was weird. Yeah. At least it's an i7. That's good. Yeah, thrustmaster stick is pretty nice. I haven't used it that much because I'm more of a Boeing person. It's a Boeing boy. If it ain't Boeing, I ain't going kind of thing. Plus, like I was saying earlier in the stream, there's not a lot of quality Airbus products. They're starting to come now between Aerosoft and FS Labs. I have the Aerosoft one. I'd like to get the FS Labs one because the Aerosoft one is buggy on my FSX box edition. It runs fine on the FS Steam edition. I don't know what the difference is, but c'est la vie. But I'd like to get that because I would like to fly some Airbus more often, just because it's nice to play with the other boys occasionally. I also have a PMDG MD-11, which is kind of, I like to describe it as a cross between an Airbus and a Boeing. It's like if Airbus and a Boeing had a baby, you get a McDonnell Douglas. The systems are somewhat similar to Airbus, and they're somewhat similar to Boeing, but they're a weird hybrid of both. Doesn't trust Airbus. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, and with good reason too. I'll tell you. And there's people that swear by Airbus and whatever. It's the over automation for me. I'm sorry, you give a computer too much control and things get goofy. And a perfect example of that is the Air France flight, what was it, 440 or whatever it was, that crashed off the coast of Brazil, and things started to go wrong, and air owing. Sorry, lecture guys, I think you must type something because I don't understand what that is. You meant all Boeing, maybe. But when the automation breaks down, then the pilots are so used to the automation they don't know how to compensate, and they do stupid things like trying to pull up out of a stall, which is aviation 101. You do not do that. So anyway, that's just my feelings. That's why I'm a PC person, not a Mac person. Mac's fine for people that need the computer to do everything for them and be user-friendly, but at the end of the day, if the computer doesn't want to do what I want it to do, then it is not for me. So I appreciate that Boeing has automation, but make sure the pilot is the one that gives the automation over, not the other way around. So, and that's why I'm more of a Boeing person. I like the control. All right, we're flying over the desert into Nevada, on the other side of the Sierra Nevadas. I believe we are going to be coming up on yeah, I think we're making a turn here pretty soon. Yeah, slowly. Whoops. Yeah, we're going to be bending around here in a moment. We'll leave that up like that. Oh, I got you. Yeah. Air owing. It sounds awful, yes. Yep, that's McDonnell Douglas in my opinion. Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of people that could rebut that, but to me, I've flown a little bit of Airbus, I've flown a lot of Boeing. When I fly McDonnell Douglas, I feel like I'm in a hybrid of the two. Da, 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 da. So what I would like to do on the stream here at some point soon is break out. I've got the new PMDG Boeing 747 version 2, version 3, whatever they're calling it, the newest one, the one that just came out. And well, doing Woodrow like this is good for you because let the pilots pass out. I'm not sure what you mean by Woodrow, but yes, I do. You know, it's kind of every flight simulator's kind of a dream of what if everyone, you know, conked out and no one could fly the plane. I feel like I could probably do it. I actually was in a full-size 737 simulator down south. It was not full motion. I wish it was full motion. But I actually did really good with that. I mean, I know where all the switches are, the buttons are, and I pretty much know where all that stuff is for the 777, the 67, the 57, the 37, the 47, and even enough of the Airbus now. So I feel like if that did happen, I'd be ready to spring into action in my shining moment. Of course, with my luck, there'd be like 5 other flight simulators on the plane where we'll be fighting for who gets to fly it. I would, if because I have flown actual planes before. I would defer to anyone who was on the plane that was an actual airline pilot, obviously. But if anyone said, "Hey, is anyone on this plane? Anyone on here can fly a plane?" I'd jump up. No hesitation. You kind of don't want that to happen, and you kind of do at the same time in the back of your mind. It's one of those weird kind of things. You don't want to be in a situation where you're having to do that, but at the same time it'd be awesome. So yeah. Oh, that's insanely awesome with the F-18 simulator. Man. Where was that at? Was that a military base, I would think? Or some kind of awesome ride somewhere. By the way, since you guys are watching the stream, is there how's the volume as far as my voice versus the simulators? The one need to go up or down more than the other? Let me know. Again, I'm still tweaking this stuff out, so I'd like to get it right. Well, California's a big place, so I mean, I'm in California, and it takes me 4 hours to get to LA. Oh, on the Midway. Oh. Oh, that's cool. Was that up in, I'm trying to remember where that would have been. Was that up in San Francisco, or was that like down in San Diego? Did they talk to me? No. Alright, thanks for the feedback, guys. We got some more people watching the stream, it looks like. Welcome aboard. Westbound Flight 898, service to Las Vegas. We are currently en route. We're just about to, we're in Nevada, I believe, but we're just about to start a descent here in a little bit. So if you enjoy your time with us here, we encourage you to get into chat and say hello. And leave me a like and subscribe if you haven't already. San Diego, okay, that makes sense. On the Midway, that's cool. In the same area, or is that like a different, like a flight museum somewhere else in the country? That is a good question. I'm not huge into fighters, and I'm actually, when you say Boeing or Lockheed, I'm not entirely sure what you mean, because I don't know that I'm familiar with too many Boeing fighters. I know they work with defense and with all those companies and Grumman and Lockheed and all that, because I think they own most of them now. But all the fighters I'm pretty well acquainted with are Lockheed, like the F-15, the F-14, the F-16, F-18. You give me an example of a Boeing fighter, that might jog my memory. San Diego area, okay. We have here at Fresno, there's an international guard base, and so we get a lot of F-16s flying out of here and a lot of F-15s now. They actually brought them over here and then made a big stink about, we got these brand new F-15s. It's like, well, new is probably not the right word, but new to us, I suppose. And then we have F-18s out of here occasionally as well. Back to good old Los Angeles control. Is the F-18 Boeing? Well, it might be now. I mean, maybe it is. I always thought that was the Lockheed too, but maybe not. This shows my ignorance on fighters. It's really not my area. You're very possibly right. I always thought that was a Lockheed as well, but that's. I'm gonna look it up on the go. Oh, you're right. The Boeing FA-18 Super Hornet. Okay. Well done. You're right. It is. It is. So don't listen to me. I'm an idiot and don't know what I'm talking about. Let's see how many of them are Boeing and how many. Wouldn't it be funny if I just listed all of the ones that are all Boeing? That would be hilarious. F-15 Strike Eagle is... Okay, F-15 is McDonnell Douglas, so that's not Lockheed either. See, I know nothing of what I'm talking about. Oops. How close is that guy? Oh, he's past him. Oh, he was down below. F-14 Tomcat is... that's it. No, you stupid machine. I said 14. Tomcat is... It's probably going to be... It's going to be... oh, it's Grumman. They're all different. Okay, see? Yeah, don't listen to me. Aviation Geeks. Okay, I'll have to check that out. Yeah, so for those of you keeping score, the F-A-18 is Boeing, the F-15 is McDonnell Douglas, the F-14 is Grumman. What's the F-16? And I listed them all as Lockheed. Maybe the F-16 is Lockheed. F-16 Falcon is General Dynamics. None of the above. So Lockheed's not any of them. That's great. The F-117, I think, might be Lockheed. The F-14 is a good one. That's the Top Gun favorite. F-117. Let's see if one of them is Lockheed. Let's see if I get one right. Hey, the Nighthawk is Lockheed. The F-117, the goofiest looking thing in the world, is Lockheed. So, there you go. I know nothing. F-16 is General Dynamics, actually. Yeah, it might be a division of Lockheed, but it's technically General Dynamics. Let's look up General Dynamics and see what we can find out about them. Not General Dynamics. The F-22 Raptor, I'll look it up. I think you might be right on the F-35. I think that is Boeing. Let's see, General... Where am I? Looks like General Dynamics makes tanks, too. Hey, it's time to descend. What do you know? 230. Of course. Okay, we're not. Okay, we're gonna go down here. I'm not gonna descend because my thing doesn't think it's time. So it'll yell at us a little bit, and that's okay. Lockheed made F-22 and F-35. Oh, okay. Yeah, does Boeing... I feel like Boeing owns Lockheed now. I think they might. I know they own McDonnell Douglas, so there's that. So you could technically say that the F-15 is Boeing now. Hello, Jose. I'm sorry, I do not speak. I'm assuming that's Spanish. But English only. I'm sorry, my Spanish is way too limited. But welcome to the stream. Oh, really? Oh, that's cool. I will not. I will descend when I feel like it. Thank you very much. What's my fuel doing? No, we're fine. Okay, Boeing does not. Okay. I feel like they had done that, but I guess not. Lockheed's still separate. Disney's trying to own everything, I'll give you that. I think a fighter jet made by Disney would just be kind of hilarious. Just the concept of that. Let that sink in for a moment. Anyone who's new coming on the stream here, welcome aboard. Welcome to flight 898 going to Las Vegas. We're getting ready to descend here in a moment. So thank you for joining us. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And enjoy the ride. Be like an X-Wing. That's true, now that they own Star Wars. I'm kind of mixed with Disney owning Star Wars. I mean, it's a boondoggle for them, obviously, but The Force Awakens was meh. The last one that came out, though, the in the series, I can't even remember the name of it now for some reason. I really liked that one. That one was well done. What is the type of airplane? Okay, I can understand you now. It is a Boeing 737. This is the PMDG Boeing 737. Mickey Mouse, yeah, exactly. Mickey Mouse on the side, yeah, exactly. With Star Wars. Oh yeah, that would be hilarious. All right, we've now started our descent into Las Vegas. In fact, you can see it out in the distance here. This awkward square of green. Are you kidding me? Changed the runways on me. It's probably because we took off later and the winds shifted. Okay, well, we got enough time. Can I acknowledge the approach already so I can get on with programming this thing? Rogue One, thank you, David Talbot. You were absolutely right. That one was really good. I'm trying, but I'm not going to descend. I'm not going to turn there. Right. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. Can you show the outside of the airplane for one? Yeah, give me just a second, Jose. I gotta get this programmed, and then I will show you the outside of the airplane. 25 right. We're gonna change that. I'm not gonna do what you want me to do. Okay, let's see. 25 right. Gonna pull up that approach. And Cresso is what we want. think that does the trick. Zoom in here. Zoom in, it always changes one way, so it's black. It is, and that's the Flight Sim ATC thing. It's not the greatest. So here we go, outside the airplane for Jose. The Westwind Boeing 737 in all its glory. There's our lovely chemtrails in the back. For you conspiracy theorist people. Flying over the desert. Into Vegas. Back in the cockpit. Okay, I need to check on my... Oops, not that. Plan. What? Uh-oh, what's going on here? I don't like that. Espresso, Boulder, okay. We're gonna start slowing down because do level change. Alright, let's see. Travis, welcome to the stream. The opposition driving crazy. Oh, I'm sorry. You are correct, Travis. It's something I missed. There you go. I'm sorry about that. Someone out something on Instagram. It was a picture of contrails and said the government is trying to play. Yeah, that's the chemtrail conspiracy. It drives me nuts. If these idiot people only knew how important weight was on aircraft, they would know that there's no way we're hauling around tons of chemicals just to spray people on commercial flights. It just wouldn't work. And that still is not right. Boulder, Cresso, Haku, Intercept. Oh, maybe it is. No, that doesn't look good. What is going on here? That is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. What is happening? What is that? I guess that's the how to slow down thing, maybe? I don't know. There's a strip. That's awesome. Alright, we'll see you in a bit, Blue Crown. Yeah, the problem is if you post on that stuff, they just feed into that. They go all nutso and claim you're one of the conspiracy theorists. My favorite are the pictures of pilots that put the little sticky note on like the seatbelt sign switch that says sprayers on off and do stuff like that. That stuff is epic. What is happening here? Level to go down. Yeah, I don't know why we're not. Oh, because it's trying to lower my speed down. So, whoa. Let's not do that. Okay, I just having us come in some funny way. I'm going to follow it around and see where it takes me. I think it's funny. Alright. Because we're high and they changed runways. This would have been fine if they hadn't switched runways on me, but now we're closer to the approach and it's making everything weird. I don't know how you think I'm using... Oh, I know why. Because it thinks my reserve fuel is 10... Okay. That's fine. I put in reserve fuel as 10 as in 10%, and it was thinking I was putting it in as 1,000 pounds, so that's why it's saying that. Yeah, it makes me crazy too. It makes me laugh, but it makes me crazy that people out there can be so gullible. The best one of that was someone showed that one of the Evergreen firefighting tankers that carries fire retardant to dump on fires, that 747 they have. and they had all the tanks in the fuselage. They showed that. I said, see, they're spraying us. Like, well, they're spraying the fire. That actually is chemicals, I grant you, but it's not for what you think. Yeah, it's going to bring us around this funny way, and that's fine. Yes, U.S. Tower now. Electric Ice, do you have yokes or you have the Thrustmaster, I think, right? You're the one with the laptop. So yeah, landing's an art, and you just got to get used to it. What I do, actually, and this may not be as effective in small stuff if that's what you're flying, but for landing airliners, the thing I recommend is having it do the auto land procedure, and watch how the airplane, how the autopilot flies it, speeds and pitches and things like that, and then you try and mimic that on your own. It's a good teaching tool. Oh yeah, the 9/11 inside job people, yeah, don't get me started. Yeah, don't get me started. I'm sure it was Dick Cheney and his shadow government or some crap, whatever. Which, by the way, still hilarious that he basically said there was a fourth government. That's just funny. I do not. In fact, this is actually new. I just started live streaming yesterday. I have a number of videos on my channel. If you can go watch Life in Left Hand Seat and onboard videos showing me flying planes, but nothing was live streamed until yesterday, and so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try and do it a lot more, and I don't know that I probably won't be doing it every day. In fact, I guarantee I won't, because real life takes priority. But we just came up on my weekend. This is my last day of work for the week, and Friday and Saturday is my day off. So I probably will stream tomorrow and Saturday, at least to some extent. I will be going to Flight Sim Con next weekend, so I won't be flying at all next weekend, at least not online, because I'll be over there. So that's going to be fun. And that's over in Connecticut. I'll be there for I'll fly out Friday, and I fly back Monday and drive back from LA that Monday night. So that'll be cool. And next Tuesday, next week, is my birthday, so that's cool too. I will be 34. I'm getting old. Let's see. I watched that 1747 video a lot. I've watched it so many times. Oh, you're talking about oh, you're talking about my 747 video. Well, thank you. That explains why it has so many views. I appreciate that. Why did it say flight in the intro? I thought it is FSX, and I honestly don't know how that happened on the information on the stream. I put in Microsoft Flight Simulator X. I saw it, do it, and select it, and then I went back and found that it said Microsoft Flight. So no, you are correct. This is FSX. It's not Flight. That was my bad. I updated it on the thing. I don't know if it's updated on the stream, but it said it did. So you may have to refresh the page. Thank you, Electric Ice, for the happy birthday. Thank you very much. This is a fun little jaunt it's doing here. This is exciting. I got cleared down to like 3,800 feet, so I'm going to go down. Why am I sitting here floating around? Actually, I'm going to go down to 5 for now until I know for sure that we're good. No. Careful, Squonky. I'm going to go do all this, and it's not going to be very good if I don't descend. Alright. You get flying and you get chatting, and you have so much fun chatting, you stop worrying about flying and forget what you're doing. Last day of school, oh, that's nice. What, are you, is this college, is this high school, is this junior high, elementary school? The unfortunately thing in chat is you can never tell how old people are. Nobody cares. 7th grade. All right. So this is your last day of 7th grade. Well done. One more year at junior high, and then on to high school. Huh? Okay, so funny story. I had a friend of mine. We were best friends all through elementary school, really all through high school. But in junior high, 7th grade year, the end of 7th grade, we were about the same height. We were both pretty lanky, short, whatever. He got his entire growth spurt over the summer from 7th to 8th grade. He showed up for 8th grade. He was a foot taller than me and like filled out quite a bit more too. It was hilarious. And it took us the rest of high school to catch up with him. But it was the weirdest thing. Thank you, Nigel, for the happy birthday. Oh, good. Wonderful. It did update. Thank you for letting me know. Blue Crayon, nice. Senior in college. All right. Almost done. Do you know what you're going to do with your life when you finally get out of college? For anyone who's just joined the stream, we're getting ready to land in Las Vegas. We're cycling around over to runway 24 right, and we'll be landing shortly in Las Vegas, Nevada, in the PMDG Boeing 737. In fact, there's a nice little outside view again of us tootling around. There's Vegas. The strip is like right there. And we are coming around. We're going to swing around over here and fly into 25 that way. Let's see what we got. Making music, huh? What kind of music you making? You play an instrument, or are you doing like composing type stuff? Baseball. Okay, Air Force, nice. Hopefully the baseball thing works out for you. That'd be cool. Wait, did we just... What just happened here? What did just happen? Where's our flight path? Ah! Our flight plan just ended. VREF not selected. Okay. Standby. Our plane's going AWOL. 25 right, yes. Presso, yes. Execute. Do that. There we go. Scary. Like future bass. Okay. Oh, DJ, alright. Electric ice, alright, makes sense now. Well done. I am a flight sim pilot, but my real job, I am a facility manager at my church. And that keeps me plenty busy, believe you me. Of course, I went to school to be a teacher. That didn't work because when I was trying to find a job, no one was hiring in history, which is what I was going to teach. So I am using real-time weather. Whether it's working or not is another matter, but it is supposed to be real-time. Outside temperature right now is telling me is 18 degrees Celsius at 11,000 feet, so that seems like that's very possible. It's probably hot in Vegas. I'm using Active Sky Next for weather, and it is set to real or current. That is killing my ear. Well, thank you, Blue Crayon. I appreciate that. That's awesome. You mentioned flying moose at the majors and baseball. That would be pretty epic. So I will be rooting for you. Alright, there's McCarran. 25 right is right there. That's where we're going to be landing. There's the strip. Blue Crayon, I think you're somewhere down there at the moment. If you're on vacation, you're probably in one of those hotels. Unless you're staying at a friend's house or something, or a relative. Going over to Boulder here, and then we'll loop back around. I will do what I want, Holiday, and I don't care who's watching, but I don't want to crash the plane in general anyway, so... Hockey, okay. Well, that's one thing to do. Near the airport. Well, the strip is near the airport, but yeah, okay. My favorite baseball team, I am not a huge baseball fan personally, but I follow the Giants because of proximity, and I've always appreciated the Angels as well. I'm not a Dodger fan, so there's no conflict of interest there. But I would say the Angels and Dodgers. Angels and Giants are going to be who I'm normally rooting for in baseball. I'm a football fan primarily. That's my sport of choice. And believe it or not, I live in California. I'm a Jaguars fan, which is Jacksonville, Florida, and that's why I was going to Florida. So I'm sure David will commence with the mocking because the Jaguars are not a good team, at least right now, or for a while now. So. Yeah, I wish it was that realistic, but yeah, probably not. Probably not going to see you. That's the nature of a simulator, unfortunately. Let's get this down to the 38 they told us we could go to, and I'm going to contact the tower now. I am a football fan. I told you so. And Golden State Warriors must win. I agree with you, Nigel. I'm rooting for the Warriors all the way, especially over Cleveland. I mean, come on, Cleveland and LeBron. Really, come on. I don't watch a lot of basketball either, but I am rooting for the Warriors. And holy moly, whew. It's getting down on the altitude here. Let's keep an eye on that. If I crash into a mountain here, I'm going to be very pissed. One of my best friends is a die-hard Penguins fan, so he would appreciate that. The Leaveland? That's good. That's good. We better start getting some flaps out here. Oh, shoot. No! This little muncher is going to make us go around. Is this United that's in front of us here? I bet it is. Caught up to him, we were going so fast. Let's see if we're gonna follow him. If he's landing 25 right, we're gonna have to go around. No, I'm not. Oakland doesn't really do it for me. Land the plane in the middle of the Vegas Strip. No. I will not do that. Oh, it's southwest, isn't it?
Southwest 3486, Las Vegas Tower, runway 25, right, altimeter 2976.
Yeah, it's southwest. He's gonna be in my way.
Runway 25, right, Southwest 3486. Southwest 3486, clear to land, runway 25, right, all the aircraft up the runway.
Yep, he just got cleared.
Land, runway 25, right, Southwest 3486.
Okay, there's no way we're gonna make this because he's gonna hog the runway.
Westwood 8908, clear to land, runway 25, right, number 2.
You know what? Let's do this.
Boeing 737,
Let's do what's going on here? Let's choose the dang heading. Let's cheat. Heading select. Turn around. We're gonna buy us some time.
contact ground on 121,
This is not Con Air. Not landing on the strip. I don't have some long-haired hippie version of Nicolas Cage in the back. Shoot it down. Yeah, I can't do that, unfortunately. But we'll do this. We'll just cycle around and hope there's no one coming up behind us. Ah, yeah.
Runway 25, right, number 2, with wind 800 feet.
Since this is FSX, we can do this. I would do that sometimes. In this case, I'd rather not sidestep just because it's already set up for 2.5. So I'm gonna do it this way. But nice try. Thank you. Welcome, Asia, to the stream. I think I saw you on Kyle's stream. Kyle K-Dog, Mr. playing all the rap music while he's flying. So welcome aboard to my stream. I have Cage in the plane because I checked. That's how I know. And this is the 737. That's correct. Yes. So this is 737. This is PMDG. And coming around. Go ahead and put our gear down now. Get our landing lights on. Put our auto brake up to 2. And spoilers already on. Armor spoilers. There we go. Spoilers are on. And we're going to kill the autopilot and the auto throttle because we're coming in manual. So I'm going to kind of look away from chat for a moment while I land this thing, so please don't be offended if I don't respond to you now until we're on the ground. So all of you that are watching the stream, we got 10 now. All right. Welcome to the landing portion. We'll be landing shortly. Please keep your seats and tray tables in their full upright position and make sure your seatbelts are fastened for landing. We are coming into Vegas. I'm going in hot, but that's only because it's hot in the... Shut up, David. Brace for impact. Got a little bit of a crosswind here. That actually should push us back on the thing. Oh, be quiet. There's traffic on the runway. Let's see if I care. Alright, not too shabby. Alright everyone, welcome to Las Vegas. Look at that, we survived night back.
Runway 25, right, southwest 31.
I am not responsible, Westwind is not responsible for back injuries or any other injuries of any kind suffered due to virtual landings. Any Airbus plane, yeah. Alright.
121.1 for with wind 898.
Alright, let's go over to a gate.
101, ready to go. Runway 25, right,
And we should also turn our landing lights off. Ooh, that was... Where did the taxiway go?
Short, runway 25, right, west jet.
We're going off-road, people!
Clear KLAS, runway 25, right, southwest 3178.
Hey, I did not bounce.
Tower, Delta 187, 10 miles east, inbound ILS.
There was no
runway
bouncing.
25, right, approach. Delta 187, Las Vegas.
I am not Tigger, nor have I ever been Tigger.
Altimeter 2,977.
Okay, let's see if we can find a gate here. Next page, gate.
Las Vegas,
B.
American 2013 is 14 miles east.
It's all small, I don't want gate B
Runway
then.
25, right,
No, 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 no.
2013, Las Vegas Tower, continued approach, runway 25, right.
Let's try gate C. There we go, medium C8.
Delta 187, clear to land,
no.
runway 25, right, ongoing 737,
Fine. Let's see if I can see where my people are at. 'Cause I have no clue.
runway 25, right, American 2013.
Don't see any peoples. I don't know where the C gates are around here. Let's go over this side, see if our gate's over here. Thank you, Nigel. Glad you didn't spill your coffee. Yeah, you don't see that every day. So yeah, it's going off-roading at 7.3. That's all part of the service here at the Flying Moose. I do for you. Try to make it interesting. Now we've got to go try and find our gate, which I'm not sure where C8 is. No. Just taxiing around.
American 2013, clear to land, runway 25, right, number 2 for landing.
There's a fuel truck. That's not really helpful. This is, I'm sure, the taxi area for the service vehicles. Yes, if you're wondering what David is referencing, there's a video on learning to fly the 747 in which I do crash while taxiing because I hit something invisible, basically. So if you want a good laugh, go watch that video. That's on my channel. Something else going around. Where is this gate? Is it, this better not be like across the way. Some cargo terminal. This is not over here. Right. Bat turn. Right, do not see anything new. Where's my gate? Okay, you know what? Screw this. We're just gonna go to a gate and say screw it, because this looks ridiculous. It's probably 100 degrees. It's 31C, and I'm not up on my conversions. So if anyone wants to do the math on that and figure out what 31 degrees Celsius is, then that's the outside temperature right now. Blue Crayon should be able to tell us because he's actually there in real life. So he should know. Guys, for those of you watching the stream, I hope you enjoyed the flight and the landing. I hope you'll leave me a like and subscribe, please. Help the channel continue. We'll do some more live streams tomorrow and Saturday. This is going to be it for me today, it looks like, as we pull into the gate here. We'll shut down. I'm not going to close out quite yet. Bloop. Put the brake on. Let's see, is that jetway going to connect? Yes, it will. Alright, so we'll get our APU started here, which I should have done while we were taxiing. Also turn my dome light on so I can see. And we need to put our flaps up. Drifting a 737, yeah, exactly. It's kind of a Fast and the Furious episode of Flight Sim. Spoiler's still down, let's get that up. APU is coming online now, so let it finish spooling up. In the meantime, we'll turn our pitos off, we'll turn our heats off, we can turn our IRSs off. Flaps are stowing nicely. That's around, not 90 degrees C, you mean 90 degrees Fahrenheit. 90 degrees C, we'd all be dead. That's almost boiling. I just got to Vegas before the stream started, but it's very hot. Yeah, I can bet. Alright, Electric guys, thanks for joining us. Have a good night. And that's APU is running, so let's convert over. We'll turn the bleed for the APU on, and we'll shut the engines down.
American 2013, contact ground on 121.
And that is Flight 898 to Vegas, guys. Thanks for joining us.
American 2013.
Las Vegas trip, nice. I'm glad you could join us. Hopefully you'll join us again in the future. Again, leave me a like and a subscribe if you wouldn't mind. It would help me out. And we'll try and do this again. It was a great time chatting with you guys, and I look forward to doing this again soon. I will be creating a Facebook page, Twitter account, stuff like that in the near future, so keep posted for that. Check out my channel for my other YouTube videos, other Life in the Left-Hand Seat videos, as well as the onboard series, which is older. Life in the Left-Hand Seat's better quality, to be honest. And and be sure to, if you're looking for a virtual airline to join, check out Westwind. FlyWestwind.com is our handle. So yeah, talk to you later, Blue Crown. Thanks for being with us for pretty much the whole flight. Electric Ice, Nigel, Asia, Jose, if you're still here, David, obviously. We got 12 watching right now. That's awesome. Saturday, thanks for the heads up. Busy tomorrow. That sucks. Yeah. Well, we'll try and do it Saturday too, Nigel. So thanks. 10-4. Yeah. Might do some trucking simulator too. I've got that, and I know that's popular these days. So we might get into that as well in the future here with some streams. So if that's something you guys like to see, feel free to leave a comment or something on the channel. So anyway, good night. Thanks for joining me, and we will see you hopefully real soon.